Every life unfolds in seasons. Seasons that train you, seasons that transform you, and seasons that transition you into purpose. In Train, Transform, Transition, Geralda Larkins shares a proven, faith-centered framework to help you move forward with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Now expanded with Part 4, Triumph. Because victory isn't something we manufacture, it's what becomes possible when faith leads the journey. Through every challenge, every transition, every assignment, your next chapter is waiting. Step forward. Step into triumph. For more information, visit GeraldaLarkins.com.
Good morning and welcome to Triumph. We just arrived in Mexico, still celebrating Chris's birthday. So I thought I'd do something a little different. I've spent the last few weeks, teaching about what God does in a leader during transition, the training, the transformation, the crossing over, the stretching, and all of that's true. All of that's real. But I want to talk about something that doesn't always make it into the teaching. The people God assigns to help you stay whole while you're going through it. So tonight's episode is called The Support Behind the Triumph. Chapter 20 of the book is titled Restored, Not Replaced. This is where I write most personally about restoration, about what I've come to understand, and that's that restoration is not only a spiritual experience, it's also a very real relational experience. God didn't just restore me through a new role or a new season or even professional validation. He restored me in significant part through my husband, Chris. And I want to honor him tonight because he deserves to be honored. And I want to use his example to teach a broader truth, and that triumph is not just what God does in you. Sometimes it's also sustained through who God places beside you. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10 says, "The God of all grace will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast." And when I read that verse now, I don't read it in isolation anymore, because I saw God do exactly that. But one of the instruments he used was a man who never once made me feel like I was too much, or he never once suggested that I was wrong for having standards or boundaries. He covered me when I almost tempted to question everything I knew about myself. And here's what transition does to a leader, and we don't talk about it enough. It's not just professionally disorienting, it's personally destabilizing. When you spend long enough in environments that resist your integrity, question your judgment, or undermine your confidence, you start to internalize it. Not all at once, but gradually. You begin to wonder whether the problem is you. So I wrote in chapter 20 about the quiet consequences of institutional harm, that diminished confidence, second-guessing decisions I used to make without hesitation, over-explaining my intentions, or hesitating where I once moved with clarity and confidence. That's not weakness. That's what prolonged resistance can do to a person, even a seasoned, experienced, grounded person. And in the middle of all of that, Chris was steady. He didn't try to fix it. He didn't minimize it. He didn't tell me to toughen up or move on or look on the bright side. No, he created the kind of relational safety that allowed me to be honest about what I was carrying without feeling ashamed about carrying it. And that kind of covering is not a small thing. It's a sacred assignment. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If one of them falls down, one can help the other up. That verse is often quoted at weddings and then forgotten in the daily grind of leadership in life. But I want you to hear it as a leadership principle tonight. The people God assigns to walk beside you are not decorative, they're functional. They serve a purpose in your triumph that you can't serve for yourself. Some of you are going through a transition right now, and you're trying to do it alone. Maybe you haven't wanted to burden the people closest to you. Maybe pride has made it hard to let anyone see the uncertainty. Maybe you've been so focused on appearing strong for everyone else that you've not allowed yourself to receive from the very people God has placed closest to you. Can I tell you something? Receiving is not weakness. Receiving is wisdom. And Chris reminded me who I was when transition was trying to make me forget. He reminded me not through some sermon or a strategic plan, but through consistent, quiet, present love. Through asking how I was doing and actually waiting for the real answer. Through praying with me, praying over me. Through celebrating things I had started to take for granted about myself. That is what relational covering does. It creates space where your identity can stay intact even when your environment is trying to erode it. Now let me connect this to what chapter 20 is really about. That chapter deals with reclaiming identity after a difficult or harmful season. It names restoration not as getting your position back, but as God restoring your identity, your peace, your confidence, your purpose. Those things, identity, peace, confidence, purpose, they're internal, yet they're profoundly affected by the relational environment we're held in while God does His work. Think about Peter. After his most public failure, denying Jesus 3 times, Jesus didn't send him a letter. He didn't restore him through some public announcement. He met Peter personally, by the shoreline, over a fire, with food prepared. You can read that in John chapter 21. It's the most intimate restoration scene in all of the Gospels. Jesus looked at a man who had failed him and said, "Do you love me? Feed my sheep." He restored Peter's responsibility, his calling, his identity through personal, present, relational encounter. God's restoration is often relational. He uses people. He uses presence. He uses the quiet faithfulness of someone who stays. I also want to name something for someone in this room who is the covering for someone else right now. Maybe you're the spouse, the friend, the mentor, the colleague who's walking beside someone in transition. You may not know how much your steadiness is doing. You may not see it in real time, but you're participating in their restoration. Don't underestimate what it means to be present, to be steady, to love someone while they're finding their way back to themselves. Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds what is good." And I believe that. I have lived that. And I want to say to Chris tonight, publicly on this platform, thank you, babe. Thank you for being what God assigned you to be in the hardest season of my leadership life. Thank you for not flinching. Thank you for staying. For the leader who's watching this alone tonight, I want to say this carefully. Even if you don't have a spouse walking with you right now, God always places someone, a friend, a mentor, a community, a pastor, a prayer partner, someone whose assignment is to hold space for your restoration while God does the work that only He can do in you. Pay attention to who God has placed beside you. Not every relationship has the same assignment. Some people are in your life specifically to help you stay whole while you're in between what was and what's coming. Receive them. Let them in. That's not dependency. That's wisdom. Joel chapter 2 verse 25 says, God will restore the years the locusts have eaten. He restores not only opportunity, but peace, confidence, identity, and joy. And often he does it through the people he placed in your life long before the season even began. So as I close tonight, remember the heart of this book: train, transform, transition, a strategic approach to the life you deserve. Now expanded with part 4, triumph. Train prepared you. Transform changed you. Transition moved you. And triumph? Triumph revealed you. Not just what you survived, but who you are and the one leading you. The support God places around you while you're going through this is not coincidence. That is covering. You are restored, not replaced. Your purpose survived, and the people God placed beside you were a part of how he made sure of it. Connect with me online at geraldalarkins.com. From your perspective, what was it like watching me navigate this season of transition?
It was like watching you go American Express crazies, spending all my money shopping.
Oh,
That's what it was like.
No, it was not.
The second question, and I had your back. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Through your transition, I got your back. Because at the end of the day, guess what? We won. And if you feel, I feel. So anyways, I'm going to go to question 2.
What did you see in me during that time that others may not have seen?
Yeah. I benefited a lot going through the transition. You've been cooking and doing a lot of things around the house, good food, been coming through. But you was working, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't cooking like that. And now you start finding recipes and you start cooking. So, and our friends also benefited from it, so that was a good thing. So, can't complain about that. It's never a money situation. God have blessed us with enough. So, all right, number 3.
How did you know when to encourage me, when to listen, and when to simply be present?
I let you talk. I listen. And if you down yourself, I doubt yourself, I kick in and say, hey, you gotta worry about that. Pretty much that's what happened, right? I said, you gotta worry about that. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in the funk. You know what I'm saying? Everything is good, regardless of no matter what happened. Even if you took the rest of the year off, you was good. I got everything under control. You know what I'm saying? So God have blessed my family. Yeah.
This episode is called Restored, Not Replaced. From your perspective, what did you see God restoring in me, in our family, and in our sense of purpose during this season?
God always led you from a long time ago. God always been there, led you. You always in your closet praying. You always depend on God for what's next. So nothing changed. I think that you want to see how you felt. Like, if I'm really ready to go into the job market, am I good enough? You know what I'm saying? Am I really good enough? They gonna really receive me? Even with your good resume and all the things you have done, you still have doubt in yourself. That's the problem. You have to encourage yourself. I see what you have. You got to see what you have. So that's why I stand with that one. And the last one is,
what would you say to someone who is supporting a spouse partner, or loved one through a difficult transition?
I say this. Support, good or bad. Even if you don't know where the food coming from tomorrow, even if you don't know how you're gonna make it tomorrow, you gotta encourage that person. You know what I'm saying? If the struggle come tomorrow, we'll struggle together. But you never ever let the doubt let the person know, as the man of the house, that it's not gonna be okay. We always gotta make sure that we put our strong foot forward and support at the end of the day. That's how we get through a tough situation as a family. It doesn't matter if it's not gonna be okay tomorrow. But your faith today is all that matters. And that's what you do. Amen.